Welcome back to building the same house in all the Sims games. Today is part 4, our finale, where we're going to be building our same house in The Sims 4. We started off in The Sims 1, we then transferred that into The Sims 2, and then we built a pretty cool cliff lot in The Sims 3. So what are we going to be able to do today? As a reminder, we were basing it off this image of a mid-century home here in Melbourne, Australia. And this is what we originally built in The Sims 1. The main entrance is on the second floor, and as such, most of the living space is up here as well. We've got one main bedroom at the front with an ensuite bathroom, the den in the middle, and a kid's room at the back. We then have our main sitting room here at the front with nice big windows. That sort of open plan through, let me rotate around, to the kitchen dining area just here, which follows down a hallway round to the main bathroom in the middle. We also have this really cool glass brick wall, which we've not really been able to recreate in any of the other games yet. I'm not sure if we can do it in The Sims 4 either, but we'll see what we can do. And most of the walls are this sort of wood wall, white bricks, got some paneling. So that's our Sims 1 version. Oh, and sorry, the downstairs, of course, we have like the rumpus room here at the front, and then this is the garage just there. Then all of this, the idea of this was the lot was actually supposed to be like on a hill. So this would actually be inaccessible. It should be a lot shorter inside of a hill. That was the idea. And we had this sort of back deck area just there. So yeah, that was our Sims 1 version. Then moving into the Sims 2, we're finally able to get a little bit more details in the roof and have like the different roof heights. We've got the thinner roof here, nice big flat roof up the top there. We actually have a few different heights here at the front where the steps sort of follow up the landscape. Speaking of the landscape, we actually do have that hill going towards the back of the lot. This was kind of the original idea of it. Rather than just having a full height level, the land actually slopes up towards the back, meaning the back area is much closer to the ground than the front. So it actually kind of makes sense with the layout. So with this, we did change the stairs a little bit. So they sort of have a switchback style here that goes down to the garage. Having a look on the inside, of course, we have the same layout. The bedroom just there at the front. Ensuite bathroom there. We've got the den in the middle, kids room at the back. Then we have our living and kitchen dining area just here. Now, the one thing that is a bit different about this is I actually ended up using greenhouse walls rather than windows for the house, which means the lighting, as you can see, kind of has the same color as the outside, which means during the day, it maybe feels a little bit darker. But that means at nighttime, it actually has this really sort of nice vibe. It's like really cozy. It is darker, but it has this really cool vibe that I like. And we weren't really able to do the same thing in The Sims 3, but I think it looks pretty cool. So that's our upstairs there. And then downstairs, same sort of thing as Sims 2, although Sims 1, but we have a car and our little rumpus room just there. Now this area, which you can't see because of the dark color, there you go, is actually just all flat, but it's painted black. So if you wanted to expand the house, you could actually build in this area pretty easily. So yeah, that is our Sims 2 version. Then we had a little bit of fun in The Sims 3 because you could create your own worlds in The Sims 3. I revisited the world that I created called Luna Island. I actually updated the world. You can download the current version from my website now. But it meant we could also build this really crazy cliffside lot here where we have this like our own little jetty down the bottom with boats. Look, this has nothing to do with the first version or in fact, even the real version of this house. It was just fun to come and revisit this whole aspect of this game. It's something we cannot do in any of the other Sims games. It's just not possible. You could do, I guess, some sort of cliff in Sims 2, but it's just not like this. Anyway, not right in the water, not right off the road. It was a lot of fun. We actually changed the house, I guess I would say a fair bit. The driveway actually slopes downward, whereas in the house that we should have been building, it should be going up. But because we're on a cliff, we had a little bit of fun and some creative liberty. This game also did let us get way more detailed with the roof. You can see there's actually separations between these levels here. That's a separate level to this one, and this is a separate level. So that is pretty cool. The detail in these different levels here is not something we're gonna be able to do in The Sims 4, like having the roof like, oh my gosh. Yeah, having the roof like this, where we've got this visible air gap between those two heights just there, that is not something we're gonna be able to do in Sims 4. I think we're gonna still be able to make it look pretty cool in The Sims. Why is there a post box and a bin there? Oh, that's for this lot. Yeah, there's something we're going to be able to make it look pretty cool in The Sims 4, but it's not, I mean, it's not going to be this. Like, let's be real, guys. That's not possible. Anyway, let's have a look inside how that house actually ended up. Of course, moving in, we have a familiar layout. We've got our main living area here. That's our glass brick wall. That's not great, but it's the best we could do. There's our living space going through into the kitchen and dining area just back through here. This one actually has nice big windows here because originally this was a flat wall, but originally it also didn't look at the ocean. So we decided to add some windows there. It made sense. And then of course over here we got our main bedroom, ensuite bathroom, the den just there in the middle, the kids' room at the back, and our bathroom in the middle. And that is our Sims 3 house. Oh, well, I guess, I'm sorry, the downstairs area, of course. We got the garage with the car and the rumpus room just down there. So yeah, that's our Sims 3 version. We did a similar thing here with the underneath of the house. This is not something we're going to be able to do exactly in the Sims 4, but I have an idea of how we can do something similar. But it's not going to be the same, and it's definitely not going to have this cool area around the back. All right. Let's stop yapping. Let's get building in The Sims 4. So this is a mid-century house. I figured Del Sol Valley is kind of the mid-century place to build it. I think it makes sense here. We could do it in the mansion area, but I feel like the house isn't that glamorous. So I thought down here in the little suburbs area could be good. I think this lot will be okay. If it doesn't end up being big enough because we're going to be doing the terrain editing, we might just move next door. Although maybe looking at it now, I might need to. Let's start building here and see how we end up. Thankfully, in The Sims 4, one of the big improvements is it's very easy to move to another lot. Okay, so we got our floor plan there that we're going to be recreating it as usual. Oh my gosh, this is the first game where it doesn't matter where I build this. Because previously, when we lay down a wall in any of the other Sims games, moving the whole thing again later is super annoying. So I'm not going to worry about where I'm building this right now. I'm just going to get all the numbers in and then we'll figure out where it actually sits. I think that is one of the biggest improvements that build mode saw was the fact that, well, first of all, we had the room system. The rooms, I think, have gotten better. They were strange to work with at first, but I think they make sense. But also just the fact that you can pick it up and just move it so easily. This is like so good. So this is our basic shell. I just copied the numbers. In fact, let's go up a level and I'll trace out this level too, which we should just be right now finishing the basic shell. All right. That's the easy part. Now let's actually get all the rooms in, which I feel like I could probably do this by memory at this point, right? Surely. So the hallway goes up like this. Okay. This hallway is here and it comes across like this. That's obviously like an archway. Then we have the bathroom here in the middle and then that must just be there, right? Is that right? I don't know. I'm gonna have to, well, obviously we'll look at it. That goes there and I think that's there. I think those are the rooms. I mean, I've built this house 3 times now. I should know, right? Let's check. Yes, that is correct. We did it, folks. I remembered on the last one. Okay, so one of the big things I was talking about, and we examined in Sims 2 and Sims 3, is that the lot slopes upward, which actually now looking at this, I do think we probably want to move there, just so we have more room on the edge of the lot to do this. So let me just get this little balcony area there and the one around the back. So the way we can do something similar in, okay, can you just place it? This is where the room system is kind of annoying because in Sims 1, 2, and 3, you just place the floor tiles. You just grab a floor tile like this, and then you can just place it here. But no, we have to do, this is where rooms is kind of annoying, but you get used to it, I guess. Anyway, drag that all the way along. It doesn't go all the way along though. It actually finishes just about there. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so what we can do, because this is overhanging, there's nothing below it. That's when we can bring up terrain. We cannot bring up terrain inside of walls. We can, of course, bring up terrain inside of a foundation. So we could have the terrain coming up like that, but we can't have the foundation on the back of the lot and then the front be ground level. Like you can't mix and match foundation with walls, if that makes sense. So we need everything to be on the ground like this, but also letting us do our terrain up like this. And the way we can make it look like we have a nice transition is actually just not having walls there, right? So what we'd end up doing is looking at our floor plan again, just to get the size right. So our garage goes there. We don't actually have to worry about fitting a car in this version because, of course, we don't have those. Anyway, how does it... I know I say this all the time, but how are we 12 years into this game with no cars? That is like crazy. There's a life simulator without cars. Like, yes, I know life isn't about cars, but like, isn't it crazy we just don't have them? Anyway, sorry. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that. So then what we do is remove some of the walls. I'm going to take it maybe back 3 tiles from the edge. We'll see how that works for us, which actually would mean if I'm cutting all of this in by 3, all of this would disappear. Then this can come down to here and that goes to that. So then if I delete that, how's this gonna, that's not gonna look great on the front, is it? Maybe the front edge should still have it just so we can sort of hopefully blend it together a little bit better. So this might look weird right now that we're floating, but then what we're gonna have to do is we just bring up the terrain all the way underneath right up to where it's just below that level. The only issue we're gonna have is at the transition points here where we have a wall and it's like that. We're gonna have to put plants there basically. Gonna cover up with plants. Then the rest of it we can just do terrain editing to smooth it out. But you might be noticing, I mean, there's still a gap, and unfortunately we can't just go ahead and use a foundation with like any of these. It's just not gonna work. But we can get a floor trim. So we go in here, go to exterior trims. Some of these will be big enough that you see it actually just covers the gap visually. And that's basically the trick we're gonna use to be able to have our house look like it's multiple different levels flowing into the terrain. Like that's the way to do it. I'm not sure what color it's gonna be. I mean, for now, I'm just gonna pick this so we get the idea. The problem is obviously it sticks out on the edges and I don't really want it to do that, but you know, we'll get there. This area is okay because that's a back deck that can sort of just be overhanging anyway. But that's how we do it. The rest of the other way we can get it to look like multiple different levels. In fact, where is our original screenshot? Oh, not screenshot, photo. It's a real house. So there you can see we actually have, I put my camera right here. We have our stairs coming down here, and then there's like a raised grass area there. And I would say Sims 4 actually probably makes this a little bit easier than the other games. So first of all, let's get our colors. That could be actually kind of hard. We'll see what we've got. That's the other downside of this game is the light. Also, the light is right above this lot. Like, see how the light is like going right on the top? You can't really see the color. Yeah, anyway, that's the other downside to this is no creator style tool. So getting the bricks to look how we want, we may have to compromise on. I think that might be the closest color. The only thing I don't like about it is the bricks obviously look, I mean, it's from Cottage Living, so they kind of look cottagey, whereas they should just be regular looking house bricks, but they just do not come in that color. So I think I'll go with those for now. I don't think there's going to be a better choice. So I say for now, but that's probably for it. And then I want like concrete stairs. So we'll probably use maybe these ones. I think these will work. Okay, so this is where, I don't know if I want to go as far as saying the magic of Sims 4. Magic might be a strong word. But the usefulness of The Sims 4 is we're going to use platforms to create our different levels here. So I'm going to put one in front here just to figure out where this needs to be. And this is going to be where our floor height is. It's probably about halfway up the level, honestly. Maybe about there. We'll bring that around the side. Now, obviously, the next problem is there's no way to blend this into the ground level either. So we end up with the same problem where it's like the terrain is not going to join that. So I think we're just going to have to do some landscaping tricks. Like shoving bushes on the corners. That's my plan, honestly. I don't know how well that plan's gonna work, or we just frame it out and make it look more like a designed garden. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, move these stairs out of the way for a second. Oops, bring that into here. So these are now gonna go down onto that section. So then you could come off onto this level if you wanted, and then we'll get another set just here. And again, I don't want to say the magic of Sims 4, but we do have many half wall heights, which allows us to create what we need to make this work. Okay, I need to extend that. Okay. I was going to try to use that to like extend it out. That is not how I wanted to go. I can't just pull it out because it's going to cover the stairs for some reason. Okay, this is the non-magic of Sims 4. Okay, can the game just, what are we doing here? Okay, then let's have a look. So might actually make this a bit thinner. And as a reminder, let me pull up the image again. I know we just looked at it, but you can see we actually have quite a few different levels here right at the front with the grass, the garden bed, the stairs. And that's actually something that's not really been possible. We might have been able to do it in Sims 3, but it would have been a lot more difficult. Whereas here in Sims 4, we can use platforms to actually make all this happen, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to do this. Don't worry about that half wall disappearing. Actually, I do have a question because I was going to use a half wall to paint the edges so it matches the house. However, because I also want to include a curved platform edge around here because we have a very little curved corners. Let me just do that quickly. We're just going to make a small curved piece and slap it in there. Oops, too far. That'll go to that height. And I guess we'll have it double depth so it fits in nicely. And then we'll figure out where that goes in a second. So that's going to be here. But the problem with this is I could do the half wall around so we could paint it. So we could grab our half wall. In fact, we should probably be using a lower level here anyway. Oh, actually, you know what? They do have a higher level there. No, we'll do that. And then the problem is there is no curved half wall. For some reason, they managed the curved wall technology, but not the curved half wall technology. So there's no way to paint that curve the same. So maybe we can find a platform trim that works. Honestly, wait, actually, you know what? Wait, is this a brick texture? Wait, hang on a second. Maybe I should just use this brick texture. Is that just, oh, that's this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look the same on the full house, but honestly, maybe that's just what we have to do because then it matches the platform better. The coloring, I don't think looks as right, but it's probably better just to match the half wall edge. Yeah, okay, let's just do that. Because then we can mix and match walls and trims and all that, and it'll all match. All right, so I'm gonna get the half wall in here. It actually kind of seems like, I reckon this should be lowered so we can have more of a wall visible there. Yeah. In the real house, there's actually like a carport over here, but I've just not been building that because it doesn't really ever fit. I mean, I guess I could move the lot back and fit it in, but I'm not going to. Well, hang on, wait, why am I doing a half, oh, whoops. Why am I doing a half wall here then? There's no point because platform trim is the same edge, so I'll just do that. I will keep this one here though, because obviously we have the little wall on this section, so where it sticks up. So we'll keep that one, but I didn't need that one. All right, so then in here, I'm gonna do this. And then I think it kind of looks like, it's hard to tell from the picture, but it kind of looks like there is a garden bed here, which I'm wondering, could I do one like this? Because it kind of looks like it's a curved garden bed. And the beauty, oh wait, is this going to be glitchy? Because we've got a diagonal there. I was hoping I could do this and it would work. Okay, maybe no beauty. Maybe we cancel the beauty on that one. Hang on, let me move that over here for a sec. What if I put it back in now? Because it's above it. Oh, it still does a diagonal cutout. That's so annoying. Look, it's probably better to not do curves, to be honest. In every opportunity you get to avoid a curve, it's probably a good idea. Do a diagonal though. How's that? Kind of cool. Okay, I don't know how this is all going to blend into the surrounding landscape, but we're getting the different levels happening and I like that. All right, the driveway, which kind of lines up with this, we could move the lot over, is a brick driveway. Old looking bricks. Let me just get down. It's definitely not like these. Let me just get down some bricks where the driveway is supposed to be and then we'll change the colors and figure out which one works better. Yeah, that is obviously not the right color. It'd either be gray, but that's kind of boring. It's kind of like this color palette where you have a little bit of bluestone in mixed in with it, but I don't know if we really have bricks that would match in with that. Like, I think we might just need to do like a subtle brick, just like that, and just leave it as a darker color. That's probably where we want to go. I think I'll just do that. Then we were doing like concrete tiles and stuff up here, right? On the walkways. We could do these. Actually, it might be better if we use the, wait, they don't come in. No, not those ones. They don't come in the right color. Maybe just that actually. Like, it's not particularly special, but that's probably what it would be. Okay. Fencing and all that. I might just do bricks on those side walls. Actually, no, I'll save a little bit of money. Then move these stairs out. We get rid of the wall underneath. We can save a bit of cash. There you go. Beautiful. Okay, we have a little vertical black iron fence. Probably, I mean, something like this one. But why? This is the fence. But why do they only provide this fence with little lights on it? It's so annoying. It's either that or then you get a completely different one. Okay, so I've gone with this fence here from For Rent. You might be noticing the one thing that's kind of annoying me, and there's nothing I can do about it, is the fact that it doesn't have any posts. Doesn't have any posts in between like this. It just goes to one big piece. And there doesn't seem to be a way to not do that. Like, I tried this trick where you get multiple different pieces and then put them together, but it just removes the post. So if anyone knows a way to add posts in manually, please let me know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we have a really long fence there. One thing we do have in Sims 4 though is the greenhouse windows, and they're actually windows, whereas in Sims 2 that was like a wall and it didn't really work properly. So we have these windows which will work perfectly. We also have glass walls in the Sims 4. So I'm using the matching greenhouse glass wall for this little section here because this little section, again, let's pull out the picture just for reference. You can see by the entrance of the house, it's like a really thin, just like glass wall just to hold up that little roof. So it's not really supposed to be like a big, thick, full window, but it still matches in, which I quite like. So I think that works quite well. And of course, we do have the matching greenhouse doors. There's the double doors. Where's the single? I need the single. There it is. So we can just pop these in too. So that's great. So that's going to be the windows in this house. Easy. I do need to look at a picture of where I put all the windows though. I've forgotten. All right. Around the side, again, ignoring this whole setup. We'll get there. We have a window here. We got double windows in the den, just there and there. In the kids' room at the back, it's 3 like this. And then this was big windows, actually different windows from the rest. I'm wondering if we just use, that was mostly because we couldn't do, oh, you know, what if we used these at the back instead? I think that door goes right there. So yeah, we did different windows in The Sims 1, but that was mostly just because we didn't have a window that would fully fit that wall. But I'm wondering if it would be better just as the actual windows, or would it be better as actually big windows? Because we could also do that. And I think if I was going to do a big window, I wouldn't just do like this, which I guess technically does match The Sims 1 better, but I would do the mid-century window, which is, well, there's many, but this one I was thinking of from Basecamp, we could do that, which I think suits the house quite well. But I do feel like at this point, if we, well, there's so many colors on this, we're doing that. I think we might as well just use these, honestly. I do like those. Oh, you know what? No, let's try it. I kind of like those. I guess though, if I'm putting this door next to it, is it better just to use the greenhouse ones to match it? I'm not sure. No, let's just do that so it all matches. Now, the original house did not have windows here. We added them in Sims 3, so I think I'll leave that for now, especially because it's like looking to the neighbor's house. So you probably wouldn't want windows there anyway. Then our front door, do we have one that would represent the house? It had like a, didn't we figure out it had like a red door or something? That doesn't really match the house at all. It's like a fly screen door. Well, there's a red door like that. Maybe I could do that one. That's a bit of fun. It's shorter than the other ones, but that's all right. Okay. That's going to go there. Okay. How's this roof going to work? Because that's going to be interesting. We're going to be utilizing platforms as well. Now that we've got the basic structure, I guess I don't have the garage door down there yet, but whatever. We got the basic structure and windows laid out. So let's figure out the roofing. So I guess the first thing I'll do, let's just get flooring on all of this, and then we can adjust it where we need to. So this will give us a good base level. So like I was saying with The Sims 3, we were able to do different levels of roofing, right? So we could have, let me get a platform here. I'm going to have a platform because this area is like a lower roof. It sits, maybe let's just say this level. And then this section of the roof is actually higher and goes above that, like that. But there's no way for this higher section to actually overlap and sit on top of this. Whereas they just join. They're always going to join like this. Whereas in the real house, if we pull it up again, you can see there's actually in that section here, it actually has a little bit of wall and then the roof goes on top of that. But we can't really do that in this game. So we'll just do this, which I mean, honestly, I think that still looks good. I have no problem with that. It's just not going to look as good. And then this is all going to overhang as well, like that. Not as tall. Go back down. I think the same height as that roof. Probably makes sense. Then this front section is going to have the same problem we kind of had in Sims 2, where it just doesn't really like we can have that little roof section there like that, but yeah. This whole section should really be above it, not the same level, but same level we'll have to do. I think that still looks good. We still get the sort of detail of the roof there. And then I don't know if we do like a roof over the balcony at the back. I don't know that we did. Anyway, let me get this same fence at the back here. Oops, not to there, just to there. We'll figure out the stairs in a little bit. But that is our house, which actually, I mean, that does look pretty good. I actually don't mind that at all. I'm pretty happy with the overall look and design of the place. Let's do some more of the exterior touches. So like this little floor trim there. I think I'll just cover it with this. And I think I'll just continue it. Oh, because I can't. Oh, that's right. Stairs cut out. You can't do a floor trim next to stairs for some reason. All right, I'm just going to do it to there and hope for the best. Okay, that goes there. Then up above, this is all just the default color, but honestly, it kind of looks good. I might do concrete tiles on all the roof and then maybe just underneath as well on the ceiling. So I'm just going to drag it all the way across, see what that looks like. I mean, I think that does work. So I think we could do that. The other thing, because it kind of looks just like a flat texture, like a maybe, I don't know if I can really find what I'm after, but like an asbestos board kind of yellowy paint. Oh, maybe this one actually. That's not yellow enough, to be honest. And that's too yellow. You know what? I'm just going to leave it as the just the concrete tile underneath because I think that'll work all right. Okay, cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. I do quite like the look of this whole sort of front setup. So the garage door, we could either just do like, oh look, it's a garage door. Or we do like the roller door, which is it what category is it in? There's one that you can paint, which is kind of cool. So you can actually paint that in live mode. You know, a little bit of a fun activity. Okay, so in here, downstairs is all gonna be that. And then I guess I'll do the same concrete tiles in here. It's kind of what we did, is it? And then this area is just black because it's inaccessible. So I don't want Sims, well, you're not supposed to really go in these areas. We could, the other thing I sometimes do is I'll like level up the platform so it sits there. The thing about it is it does get in the way though. So if you're playing from this angle, it's kind of annoying. But it's something you can do to fill in like spaces you're not supposed to see in. But it is kind of annoying. I'm going to put that down. And then we just need to choose like a black texture. This Sparto one's actually pretty good, is it? Yeah, it's just a flat texture. There we go. All right, so you can't go in that. Beautiful. Let's get some temporary lights in the house so we can see what the heck is going on. And down here and in there. Okay, lovely. I mean, to me, That looks like the same house. If you put this next to the other ones, you're like, hey, is that the same house? You'd be like, yeah, that's the same house. We got to figure out all this though. We got to figure out the terrain. So I think what we're going to do, could we have our stairs like, no, not like that. Like they were in, we could do it like how we did it in Sims 2, right? Which was, they come down like halfway, right? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think that's halfway, right? Put that there. Grab these stairs. Did we come straight off the end of the, I think we did, yeah. So I think we did this. And then we go flatten this section down. Actually, I can use, now we can start using some other tricks of Sims 4, which is pretty good. Oh, actually doing halfway is kind of annoying because it doesn't really work. Because it lands halfway through, like that is exactly halfway, but it lands halfway through the tile, so it's actually kind of annoying. So I'm actually going to move this, maybe I might go higher actually. So yeah, in Sims 4 now, these are the same level, but they're different heights, which we can do, which I don't think is as easy in the other games. It is possible. I'm going to get rid of the floor underneath. Nope. I mean the wall underneath on that one, but keep the wall underneath here. But then the other thing we can do now is we can level this ground and it can just be at the height. Okay. Of those floor tiles. But then we can also have this sort of smoothly blend into this. So it kind of looks like we're blending into the side of the house, but it's actually not the house. You know, it's a different section. And this should have the same foundation, right? It better. Otherwise I'm going to be annoyed. Wait, does it? Oh my God. Does this not have? That's so annoying. So we have it as a platform trim, these bricks, but we do not have it as a foundation. That's so annoying. I might just use this then. It's a similar kind of color. That's so annoying. Anyway, then on this side, hang on, this is I don't know why I'm using such a big brush to do this. We have it smoothly join it, and then we'll obviously do terraforming, but yeah, it sort of comes down over here. We'll grab this fence like this, and we got the beautiful railing tools now, which I guess I just want it on both sides actually, so I'll just do that. And same, we might not need, no, we'll do both sides. But we'll keep this open so you can sort of get to this level here. Yeah. And we'll have this little area here, and then we'll have the door into the garage just there. Okay. And I got that same trim actually on this bit, at least the balcony bit. Okay, I think that kind of hides that transition. We'll have to do some sort of, I don't know what the heck we're going to do down there, but whatever. Then up over here, let's just level from the side of the house. Level from the side of the house out a little bit, and then we're gonna have to try and somehow blend, because this isn't a very big block. I guess we could still move to another block at this point, especially on these. I guess this side might be all right because we got the bush over here. Well, not the bush, but you know what I mean. Just like it's the edge of the lot, so it might not be as crazy having a steep edge on the side there. But we're gonna have to cover that up. It's actually not the worst. So well, first of all, let's get this trim because this is not it. We can still do smaller trims, but we definitely want it to touch the ground. So that one does touch the ground. So if we do that one, but maybe more in that's actually a wood. That's probably not good. Maybe that one. That's actually pretty good because it kind of blends in. Can I don't want it to be there. How can I not have it on that bit? Sometimes you can alt, but I think that must be with spandrels where you can just do one at a time. You cannot do that with floor trim. It does the entire room. You can do one wall of a room, I believe. Yeah, if I hold shift, it will just do one side. But I can't do one piece. So the way I would have to do it is make a separate room. What if I do this? Okay, that's gone. And then we merge these together. Yeah. Because now, if I did it again, we might accidentally update it at some point, but let's see if that works. All right, let me just do a beautiful little bit of landscape. I'll just flatten this edge here so it's not. Hopefully we can just do that and then do it again. And then honestly, it's going to be Bushtopia, right? There you go. Look at that. There you go. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not natural. It looks great. Okay, I'm definitely going to need move objects here, game. Thank you. And then we're going to need a big tree. We'll just pop a tree about there. I'll slide it as close as possible without going through the wall. There you go. Kind of covers up the gap. Like, obviously you can see it. You know it's there because you're watching this video. But if you don't know it's there, you'd be like, wow, look at all this beautiful foliage. It's like when you actually move into a new house and you're like, wow, this place is so cool. And then slowly you start realizing all the weird things that they did. Like, why did this owner cover a hole in the side of the house with plants and bushes? Now, the problem with doing plants like underneath like this is it's not very realistic because there's no light down there. Oh, wait, that does have, oh yeah, that's already the concrete. Like, it wouldn't be like super green like this. Maybe we can do like, well, actually the other thing I can do is there, I mean, I've got mods, right? How much is this thing? $3,000. So I could put this guy there, pick a color that sort of work. That one there. Oh yeah, that's good. Put that one there. It's going to be expensive. Don't get me wrong. This is not cheap. Another one there. And we just follow it round. There's still a gap there. Let's just try this. So then I'm going to use the tool mod by Twisted Mexi, where we can select multiple items like this, and we elevate, and we can move them down with the mod. If I go move them down 10, okay, that's too far. I don't know where they went. Move them back up. Let's go back up 5. Okay, they're there. And then we basically move them to the height that we want them at. Maybe down 1. Where's that? Nope. Probably there's fine, because that should actually be about the height of a floor. Oh, whoops. Do not pick it up. Go back. And then they're sitting there, okay? So then you don't need them. If you download this, even on console, they will still be there. It's just if you pick it up and move it, you won't be able to put it back. But then they sit there, covers that gap. I don't have to do weird plants everywhere. I mean, I guess in theory, we could do that everywhere then by that logic, but I don't really want to do that. I do like this trick more. This was more just to cover that big edge. Maybe I should do it here too, but it's mostly this one here because it's kind of a bit messy through there. But now we can, actually I don't want to do that. Hang on, sorry. I got to be careful here because it's moving them. At least just this edge here because that was a very sharp one. Oops. Look, it's still not great. But anyway, it just covers up that little edge there. And then we still use the trick of the terrain and the house sitting on it. Yeah, cool. All right. We do have a big gap here though. Is there like some sort of, I want like a column, but the thing is, the column is going to be too tall and I can't make it any shorter because it should be there. It doesn't let you do that. Kind of annoying. I mean, I can have one on the end, probably, like over here, but like it kind of cuts into the stairs as well. Anyway, just do some plants on the side. Look at that, natural. Look, this is beautiful, natural landscaping. Some down on the side. We'll do another tree as well. Okay. All right. Honestly, it's actually not that bad. I'm joking around saying it looks silly. It kind of does, but it's actually not that bad. Same with this, like even just not, if we don't put a column here, if we just put plants at the front, kind of does the trick for you. We got a big gap there, but we'll sort that out. Like it actually is pretty good. Like I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so the landscaping we got here, finally I can actually probably do this as accurately as possible. So if we have a look again, I've not been able to really recreate that landscaping. Now, I don't think we really have those plants specifically, but what we can do, which we've not been able to, is let's just say, for example, this, we're like, oh, that's cool. We can scale it down. We've just not been able to scale. We've not been able to do all that stuff. In fact, actually, I think this might be a good plant for it. Like some of the little plants in here. It does have, oh, I guess this one, not all of them, but this one has a pretty big shadow under it that doesn't scale. I guess it's kind of annoying, but I'm thinking the ones that are like the trees, could we use like this and just put it on like a tree? I mean, I could just use like a palm, but it's not the same. But now I need like a stem of a tree. Yeah, it might be a bit hard. Or I could use a column. Wait, can I not put it at this height? Like why is it on top of the, wait, don't columns normally go in the platforms? Like why is it sitting on top of I think the columns, because yeah, if I put it here, that works. Why is it here on top of it? Dang it. I don't even know if this is a good idea, by the way. I'm just messing around. If I do these two, I think, I can use tool mod actually to move these around. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that this is going to look good, but I mean, we all know what it is. That's the problem. Like, is this even worth it, or does this just look stupid? I think it was a fun idea, but I think it looks kind of stupid because these two columns look exactly the same. Like they don't look like a tree at all. All right, let's get this out of here. Get out of here. What am I doing? Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. We just use these ones. Actually, you know what? There might be a debug plant that is what I'm looking for. Actually, I think there is. Hold up. I'm pretty sure there's a plant that looks exactly what I'm thinking of. Or not thinking of, that we need. And I think it was from Adventure Awaits. Yeah, it is like this, but that's too big. We could still do a small one. I don't know if that's too busy because it's a little bit smaller than that, but I kind of like it. And then we need a cactus. I feel like that's maybe a little bit much. Maybe that one. Do a smaller one there. And then just kind of, I don't know, fill out the garden bed. Different little plants. Like this is kind of what it is. What? I'm trying to grab, why is it not? What? I'm clicking on this plant, but it's not grabbing it. There we go. I'm gonna do the same up here. I'm just doing some rocks in the garden as well. I think that's cute. Yeah, it's simple, but that's kind of what we're after. It does seem like this is actually a little garden bed here, but it's very thin. I guess we could just extend that out here instead because there's a couple of like flowers maybe in a little garden bed here. So instead of having a half wall there, let me remove, can I remove that? No. Just do another little garden bed like that. Maybe a couple little flower bushes up there. Maybe a small one of these. Yeah, okay. So then we have the raised grass. I don't know what's happening here. Like at this, where it just ends. Maybe we just do like a couple of bushes like that. And then I guess this side over here where it just also ends. I think. I don't think it needs any like fancy sort of transition, but I think something would be nice. Just like cap it off, kind of like that. I think that's fine. Now, I think we could do the same sort of thing down the side here, which I think, I don't know, I think I did in Sims 3, right? Just have like a little garden bed down the side like this. And then we just do the same kind of thing, right? Why can't I see the grid on, what is happening? I'm trying to, oh, I'm like stuck in weird ceiling mode. Why is it in, get out of ceiling mode? There we go. I was like trying to desperately show the grid down here on this so I could see where they were. And it was just not working. It's because I was in ceiling mode for some reason. One of those, maybe a little cactus here or something. I don't know, just a couple things along the side there. I don't know, maybe this should end here rather than all the way down. I think it actually might look better because it kind of looks like it's extending to nowhere. Whereas if we stop there, it sort of finishes in line with that and then that curves away. Why is there floor tile under that game? Ugh, stupid curves. Like, how do I even get that? Okay, there we go. What? I don't know why it does that. There we go. All right. And then I guess the question is, do we continue it down the side there or do we have like the fence kind of like we did in Sims 1? No, Sims 2, we did a side fence because we wanted to stop Sims going around. Which it might actually look good here because that house has a fence right there too. I could just do why in the world does that not work? Oh, because we're not doing that. Oh, don't get rid of the whole thing, game. No. Okay, we'll do this. Then we can have a little thing here and this will have a gate. And then, I don't know, there's a big gap there, but I can't really fill it in. So we'll put a tree there. Now, gate-wise, that's another thing Sims 4. I don't know why. Why do we lack in gates? Like, what is the deal? They're so bad. Where it's just like a normal single gate for a back fence. This is like the matching gate, but it's just so big. And it's got like lights on it. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not even sure how I want to connect this. I will do flooring there. The bricks actually changed direction around the corner. Maybe I should make it the same. There should just be a fence gate that is the same height as this. It's just, that looks exactly the same. Like every fence gate in reality. But no, we have to do like weird things like this. Oh, that's way too big. Weird things like this. I thought this would work better, to be honest. That probably looks worse, doesn't it? What am I doing? Get out of there. Just no, I'm just gonna leave a gap. That's honestly the best solution. It's just to have a gap there. All right, then we'll do, can I put a floor tile there? No, it does make it look worse. All right, let's get a door to the garage and we'll figure out the rest later. That's just gonna go here. And that'll just be, I guess, it's like a white door like that. Let's get our bin out now, which is just going to go here. And then, yeah, you wheel it around the front. Nice wheelie bin, easy to take the bin out. And we'll get the mailbox. Hello? My camera is stuck. Drift. I'm not doing anything right now. Hello? Okay, we're back. Right, mailbox, I guess just here. I don't know. Sure, whatever. Well, I'm honestly pretty happy with the front of the house. I mean, I could do a little bit more landscape around, but just this general, all of this kind of stuff, I think that looks pretty good. Like, I'm pretty happy with that. I think, in fact, another tree probably around the front here, some would help just to sort of film that little side section. Yeah. Around the back, I think there's also, I mean, we'll have to do some stuff with this. I don't know what, but the hill is actually not as bad as I thought. Like, it doesn't look too crazy. It's probably a little silly in real life to just have a random hill there in the middle of a lot like that, but for the constraints of Sims 4, I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. Okay, it's now time to do the entire house, which we have not even really started. I mean, we've made good progress on the outside, of course, but the inside is kind of the main thing. So let's do that. So one of the things that we have all throughout the house is wood paneling. And I do think Sims 4 does excel here in wood paneling. In fact, I'm just going to paint all the walls like this, and then we're going to do the rest because I think that's a good starting point. And in fact, I feel like that's probably the right color too. Like that is just, we could go maybe a little bit darker. I don't know if, yeah, actually, hang on. What is it? Where's my Sims 1? Let me look at that. Is it darker or richer? I think that's the question. No, it's definitely richer. I think that is probably the right color. All right, then the next one we have is white bricks on this wall, which I think can we just do these same bricks, ornate bricks, but in white? Yes, perfect. That is this entire wall, although that section there is open. The bathroom as well, I think, was that entirely brick? I think it might have been. So we'll just do that. This whole wall was brick. This wall and the kids' room were brick. which again, we might change some of this stuff. We did change it in Sims 3 because it ended up being a lot. Like, and then this wall in the kitchen was brick. And then I think in the bathroom was pretty much all brick too, or at least in Sims 1. I'm basing this off Sims 1 right now. And then we did have a white paneled wall, of course, as well, which for some reason, was it Sims 3? No. Was it Sims 2 that we just could not find a paneled wall that was white? It was kind of nuts. So the hallway from this point, yeah, this is all white paneling. And this wall in the kids, yeah, actually, yeah, this, we did change the kids' room because the kids' room was this. It was brick and white paneling. So I think we'll probably change that again, but I'm just basing this off our Sims 1 version. And this is actually a different kind of wall, but I'm just going to match it to that one and that one there. Yeah. Oh, and actually it was that brick there too. Again, I think we did change in Sims 2 or maybe even 3. All right. Well, I think that's actually the wall patterns everywhere for the most part. Yeah. No, I think that is. Okay, cool. Then let's do the floors, which in Sims 1, we're actually more of a, oh, probably like this. Ooh, I love these. It was probably more like this in Sims 1, honestly. Well, actually, maybe even more like this flooring. No, it's probably more like that. Yeah. But I was thinking we might make it a little bit darker, maybe like that. Or we just completely change it to make it look better with the walls and stuff. Like that one probably works a bit better. Because actually, hang on, where's my Sims 2 version? Let me go to that. Because we did change it a little bit up. I'm just trying to find my screenshots. It was actually more orangey in Sims 2. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to go based on the game, whatever works best, honestly. We could actually that, yeah, no, maybe that color. That actually looks better. All right, carpeting. Thankfully, we do have a green. Maybe this darker one. How green do we want to go? We did a 4x4 section here. More green than that. Maybe that. It's not quite the right tone, but we'll start there. We'll see where we end up. Do we have jade green tiles is my question for the bathrooms. What do we got? Those, I mean, that's kind of the color. I don't know if I love well, actually, maybe the hexagonals. The hexagons actually potentially are kind of the vibe, right? What about no bricks in green? Not really any masonry. Kind of gonna be like a green stone. Maybe we try those. I mean, it does go with the other colors. Go to the hexagons, yeah. Okay, and then the kids' room was same carpet, but blue. Yes, and then this is a brown in Sims 2. I don't know if we'll keep it brown. These browns aren't that brown. I feel like it should be more brown, but we'll go there. Okay, and then downstairs was just, I think it was just concrete. Yeah, it was actually more like a drive. It was kind of like the same material as a road, but I think I'll just do those. That's fine. All right. Now, let's actually do the rest of the doors and the layout stuff. So first of all, well, actually, so this has just been open in all the previous games, but I'm wondering, could we do it as a spandrel instead? Is there like a spandrel that works here? But it's also like, why would we do a spandrel? You know what I mean? Is there a reason I'd do it as a spandrel? I mean, it looks kind of nice. Would be my reason, I suppose, right? Okay, then this is our glass brick wall. Is there something that we could do for a glass brick wall? Is this? No, there's this. No, that's kind of cool, but not really what we're after. Yeah, I don't know if there's there's glass brick that was a Sims 1 exclusive thing. They haven't in the past 26 years. Glass bricks have not come back. I think they are starting to come back. I've started seeing them in interior designs and like bathrooms and stuff again. So I think we will probably see them coming back again soon. But do we just do something like this, or do we make it glass? Or is there like a wall decoration that I'm forgetting about that would work there? Let's have a look. Like sometimes there's things you can put on the wall, right? Like stuff like this, but obviously not that, but you know what I mean. We could do like beams. Not really glass bricks though. There's these things, that's too big. This thing, no. The bubble wall, that's kind of cool. Not really correct either, but I'm not sure what we do about it, folks. Maybe we just do it as literally a glass wall. Maybe black. I mean, it just doesn't hit the same though, does it? What about something like this? It's just like a cool tile wall. I think that's the best we can do because it's either like we do a cool like tile wall or it's just like a regular window or something. I think I don't know if I love that, but I'm going to go with that. Now, whenever I say that and we're like, oh, we'll come back to it, it usually ends up staying like, oh, wait, we can't do that. I'm not having that in the corner. It usually ends up staying like that. So we'll see. All right, I'm not going to do that. I think we'll just do just like full archways like this, right? Just to get that. Oh, is that it? No, wait, what? Yeah, I think I did the wrong color. There we go. That color there. Oh, that's trying to do one column to cover the gap, but because it places two columns on the side of the wall and it doesn't really cover it very well because it cuts it out. Maybe I just do no column then. All right, let's try that for now. Okay. And then the front door is that one. And then the bedroom doors basically just match the front door, but not red. And also not a ranch door. What are we doing? Hang on. It's a normal door. Oh, we can do this door actually. That actually feels a bit better. I'm going to use this door. Okay, that one goes there. This door goes here. And the ensuite door goes here. And then that was an archway, right? I think here, which I don't believe we have that as an arch, but I mean, oh, cool. We don't have this. It doesn't really have the same color. Love that. Let's do that one. Okay, and that's it. Oh, and the door for the bathroom, of course, goes there somewhere, but the other one. Okay, so I think I've got all the doors, at least upstairs. We haven't done downstairs. I don't know if I remember if I used the same door. I think I'll just use this door like I used for there, so that was good here. Oh, that one. Cool. All right. Easy. No problems at all. Let's hit save. Okay, I'm going to furnish this based on Sims 1 rather than looking at Sims 2 and 3. We'll furnish it based on the original way I did it. So we're going to couch out. We need a green two-seater couch. What are our options? I don't love that. That's very base game Sims 4. It needs to be like velvety two-seater. Well, that's kind of fun. Not really mid-century though. Ooh, that actually green is kind of sick. So I think it's either going to be that or like the modular ones, but the modular one, the green color is very dull. I kind of love this because it's way more of a statement piece. All right, so keeping in mind this is like a mid-century house. Let's get some more angles and stuff as well. Well, that doesn't have the right color, so never mind, not that one. This one kind of doesn't have the right color either, but I guess I'll do this one. I'm actually going to turn, that's the front, but I'm actually going to turn it to the side because I don't really want the white on the front. The side. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, oh my God, yes, we use this exact plant right here. In the Sims 1. Perfect. All right, we got that out. Then I have like a fern just here. So do we have a nice fern we can put in? There's a little olive tree, right? Not quite a fern because it's an olive tree, but I do like the look of it. I might do that one actually. Not the same as our Sims 1 quite, but you know, it's a fern. It's next to our little couch there. Lovely. Now I need our nice mid-century bookcase, which I think we have some good options. There's like this kind of guy here. That's kind of perfect. Would like a little bit bigger than that though. I mean, there's these, which are, well, this is also kind of like spot on for mid-century. Or we go bigger like that. That's probably too big though. This one is kind of like the exact right size. Colors are not right. And I guess the style's not exact. So I think I'll do this one, even though it is taller. I guess the main body of it is down the bottom. But like, I mean, this is like spot on, right? Like this is what we need. Do the white so it sort of matches that one over there. All right, we need our yellow accent armchair. What do we got? There's got to be something good in here, right? Got to be a funky chair. I guess there's that. That's actually kind of fun. There's that one just more square. This, definitely mid-century looking. Oh, there's these ones. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Oh, wait, no, this. That's the one you need for sure, 100%. There's also this, but I think it's too angular. We do have some curves and stuff going on. I think that's the one. Yeah. 100%. Actually surprising a lot of yellow armchairs. Okay, there we go. Oh, beautiful. All right, there's a lamp in the corner here, which is actually a very standard looking lamp. So I guess the question is, do we replicate that exactly or do we want to just move it to something that matches the build a bit? With the darker, maybe that one. No, maybe that one. I don't know if I love that, but we'll start there. I say we start there like we're going to go back there. All right, the TV. Not a lot of choices. I think I'm going to do a smaller TV like this on like a small stand because if we do anything bigger, it's just going to cover the whole windows. I'm just trying to even pick something that I can demonstrate with. Like, I think that's just too big for this kind of room. Let's go small. And then do we have like, does this work for it actually? Oh, it does. I don't know if I love the colors. Kind of wish I was just a black for that. Okay, maybe like this. It's still pretty bulky, but it feels retro and I like it. So I think it was originally probably there because it had to be off center. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be off center now, but that's how it was. Get the TV's there. Yeah. Oh, yes. Then we can get like something like this. I mean, or we go like full on like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, that's the living room. Now we can sort of add a few more things. Like I think we should add some curtains. And I guess the question is, do we want to put them over the windows like that or off to the side? I don't think I want to put them fully off to the side like that just because I want to be able to see the walls next to it. And where is the matching rail? There it is. All right. I think just the default color, honestly, is pretty good. Okay. I think this is also like a perfect wall light for this house. Yeah, even just the default color. Because that's kind of what we ended up using in The Sims 2 is like, well, it's a little bit different to this one, but something along this vibe. I might actually put another one here because we've got the lamp there. I'll try and use as few like ceiling lights as possible. If we don't need to, I'd just rather use the wall lights. And then I think we need a picture above that. We had like some black and white pictures in Sims 2. Sims 1, we didn't have anything there because there wasn't many choices. So I actually kind of like I'll move these up actually maybe to match that. sort of, what am I trying to think of? Like the blueprint, black and white on the white wall. I kind of like that. Do you have a white frame actually? Yeah, let's do that. Blend it in even more. I like that. Get a light above that one as well. All right, that's our living room. 5,000 minutes later. Ooh, look at that light coming in there. All right, let's do the kitchen. Kitchen and dining area. So we need cabinets like this, basically that, right? Kind of maybe a little bit darker, but I don't think we have. Oh, actually, hang on. That one's probably better. That's maybe the best option. Well, let's see what else we've got. Like that looks too fancy. The top needs to be like that sort of yellow kind of color. I mean, honestly, I think that is probably our choice because I don't think the rest are going to have that. So let's go here. Have the stove, the fridge there. Then we had an island, but it wasn't really an island, but it will be an island in Sims 4. Because I think we have to change it to something else because we couldn't put a sink in it or something in one of the other games. I don't know. There was some reason that we had to change it up. But we can put a sink in it in this game, so that's not a problem. Then I have a bin here, which I think, is that going to be, like, is that too, I guess we could put the bin in the kitchen. Hang on, let's just get this all in. Old stove, we need an old fridge, beautiful. And we will do matching cabinets. The Sims 1 version did not have this. And in fact, that is not going to fit above the fridge, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to do that. Unless there's another fridge I could use that would fit. That looks correct. I hate how these are all slightly too tall. Maybe this one? Oh, dang it. Even that one. This super duper expensive one fits, but it's the wrong color. It's this one, but it looks too nice. It's so annoying. All right, we'll have to do that. I say this every time too, but it's like, how have we not got a bin that we can place in a counter? It doesn't have to be like a trash compactor, but just like a lot of people have bins inside like a cabinet door or something. I don't know why we don't have that. I'm just going to put it here. I know it's kind of silly, but I don't really want to put it on the edge there because there's not much walking space there and that will still work. So we'll just pop it there. We'll just pop it there. Now, I believe we did have later on like chairs there. Ooh, this would be maybe a good light over there. Like chairs there in maybe Sims 3. I don't know if we even did it in Sims 2. I'm seeing if any of these are gonna. No, I don't think I love that. Seems a bit much for this small space. Yeah, because Sims 2, we actually made this room a fair bit bigger to accommodate the garage. But we're back to Sims 1 sizing now. So I'm going to come back to that. Let's get in our dining table, which we have a few options. I mean, that is a really good example of mid-century. And then, of course, there's also this, but that is a circle table. Not quite right. There's the glass one. There's this as well, but I don't think this has the colors I'd be after, so no. Even something like this you'd be able to use. I think in this case, we're probably going to have to go with this table. Go like the more red kind of tone. And what's the matching? Is this the matching chair to that table? I think it is. Oh, actually, I do quite like that. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of fun. I like that. Okay, that goes there. Then we need a nice rug. And I think, I'm not entirely sure, but Get Famous, the rug with, well, one of the rugs with that had some good options. Does this have any good options? No. No, it doesn't. Does it have like the deep emerald kind of green like we got on the couch? Ideally, I don't know if we're going to be able to find that. I'm going to find, I think it was this rug. Get Famous. Ooh, it's not the right colors though, but it's got very cool, yeah, some of these are really cool. That's pretty cool. It's not really the same vibe, but these are really good. Oh, this pattern is the right vibe, but it's wrong colors. So it looks so cool though. I'm going to put this one to the side because that we might end up using that. What green ones do we have? Sims 2 had a great option. Sims 3, obviously, we could just make our own, so it kind of worked out pretty well. That's kind of, ooh, it's kind of, oh, it's like nearly the right kind of color, but not right. That's probably the color, but it's got no pattern on it. Oh, there's this. Hang on, this could work. I know it looks massive, but just scale it down, and we could be in business. Oh, yeah, let's do that one. I do, well, the weird thing is because it's scaled down, it's still like the hitbox is massive. Hopefully that won't be too annoying, but we'll see. But I think that's what we're after. I do like this rug, but I don't think we can use it anywhere. So we'll get rid of that for now. And I say for now. I always say for now. It's just so you can maintain hope. It may still come back. Now, where do you find fish tanks in this game? I always forget. Oh, here we go. I want like, yeah, one of these. Or one of these. We added this in Sims 2. I don't think we had a fish tank here in Sims 1, did we? Let me check. No, oh, that's right. We just had like a side cabinet kind of thing. But we ended up adding this in Sims 2 because I think we had more space. But I kind of like it here in Sims 4 anyway, even though we don't have more space, technically. That doesn't look great with it squished against the wall, does it? Maybe not there. But we will have lights on this wall. Not sure exactly where these are going to sit, but we'll put them there for now. And it's like a big pop art painting. I mean, that is kind of sick, actually. Not really the right colors, though, because, oh, actually, it's kind of similar to the Sims 1 that we had up there, colors-wise. All right, I think these are our options. I do like the style of this is pretty much matching what we had, but the colors are different. And then these kind of, I guess, fit the vibe and the mid-century style, but don't really have that sort of pop art aesthetic to it. So I think I will just go with this one. And I guess I'll just put it in the middle because maybe I should put it here. Do like that. And then we need a nice, we definitely need a chandelier over the table. I think this one, honestly. Or maybe no, that's too low. Kind of wish there was one in between, but the next one's even lower. Oh, there's this one. I kind of like that. Oh, Batu, yeah! I think I'll do this one. I think I'll make it like the yellow color then. Yeah, I do wish it was a little low. I guess we could do that actually. That's possible. Problem with that hanging there, kind of seems like this is blocked by it, you know what I mean? But I guess that's how we had it in like Sims 2, so maybe we'll just do that anyway. Okay. Oh, I need some lights in the kitchen. I forgot about that bit. I think I did do hanging lights in, yeah, I don't like those together though. In Sims 2 or 3. I think I might have, but I think I'm actually not going to do that because I don't like it with the other light. So I'll just do like one of them. That should be enough. If I go to nighttime now, yeah, there's plenty of light. Loads. In fact, there's probably too much light in there. Now let's get a chess table, which will go just about here. Oh, that's not a good one. Let's not do that one. Maybe this one. Just with like the wood color. Yep. Okay. We'll just do, oh wait, actually, is there one that matches that color? Not on this table. Maybe this fancy one has a better color. Not really, actually. What about this one? That has no colors. This one? No. This one? I can't imagine just having a dedicated chess table in your house like this. It's kind of nuts. Like in a cool way. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like I guess it was just a thing in Sims 1 and it's just kind of persisted. I don't know if I actually want to cut. Now I was just putting one in to see. I think I might leave it. I don't know. Like, and every Sims game has just had it. Like rather than just having most people just have a board that you fold out, right? And you put it on the table. Like that's how people play chess. Like who has a dedicated stand? I mean, I'm sure some people do, don't get me wrong. But it's kind of next level though. Epic. Right, I think I might do these. Do we have a nice rich wood tone? Is there one that matches that color? Of course there isn't. How did I get like the one wood color that doesn't exist anywhere? I don't know. I'll just do those though. Sure, why not? I think that's all right. That looks pretty good. All right, so we got the living and the dining in the kitchen area. I think that actually looks pretty dang good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's do the bathroom because we're right here. Oh, green tiles on top of the counters. That's not possible. There's no counter that has that. Is there a counter that has like green on top? There's green counters, but I don't know if there's one that has a green top. Oh wait, hello. It's not ideal. It doesn't really look like the right green, but we might have to take what we can get. Ooh, that's a nice green though. Maybe we could do that as, instead of having the green top, have a green bottom. I mean, there's these, but these are hideous. Really, it's basically that on the bottom, but then a green top. But I don't think we can do that. So there's also this one, the double green. But I think that's too much green. I think, what if we do this? It's kind of fancy. I don't know if it really is mid-century, but it's kind of nice. All right, get our square tub, and then we just need our shower, which I'm wondering if I actually build my shower in. Oh, we could actually use this. That actually kind of looks like the Sims 1 shower. I mean, maybe this would be easier than building a shower in. I was going to do like a wall and like build it in, but maybe just doing that is easier. Actually, does this have a red towel on it? No, it never changes. You know what? I only just realized that towel, is that not the same towel as this one here? Like, is that the same one that just, I think it is. They just squished it down and slapped it on the front there. Is that the same color? Not quite. I mean, the texture is a little bit different, but it seems like the same model just kind of squished. Anyway, whatever. That's really irrelevant. Yeah, I was thinking just doing that. So then that just fits in like that. Yeah, that's good. So we need a nice old looking toilet. Lovely. And then a little toilet roll there. And then, well, I guess in Sims 1, we didn't really have any of this stuff. Like there was nothing to put on the walls. I don't like that. Get out of it. So all these towels and stuff I'm adding are, we have a red towel on this one. Do we not have red towels? I don't like that though. Oh, there we go. We'll use this one. Well, do we do red? I mean, I'm only doing red because that's what Sims 1 had, but the bathroom is green. So maybe I'll do green. Okay. That's all right. Okay, so we've got that there. We need to do a little medicine cabinet. There you go. And a little bathroom sink. Beautiful. We can add some more details in, I think, in a little bit, but should we get... Oh, that provides no light at all. Well, that provides 0 lighting. We'll definitely have one of these in here. Okay, well, I'll do that for now. And then the other bathroom is pretty much the same. I mean, you've seen it by now. I assume you've seen the other videos anyway. Otherwise, that'd be odd. Well, actually, it wouldn't be that odd. But I would recommend going to watch the other ones because you get more context on what the heck we're doing. I do still like the wall light on the walls because it's nice, but I think we need still extra light in there. Okay, that's that. We can add some more like details and decorations in. but we'll just get the pieces of furniture in there now. Okay, let's move on to the main bedroom now. I guess it's just about picking the right pieces. Well, I guess that's the whole build, right? What am I talking about? The right set to go together, because there are some that work. I mean, this is very mid-century, but it's not really the same mid-century that we're doing. So we could do, is this a what? Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was going to say, I thought this had the same colors as that couch. That would have been epic. Go for the green, but no, we don't have that. Okay, I'm kind of liking this. Can we fit these here? Oh, it does overlap the nightstand there, but we'll figure it out. And these lights, well, I do quite like them. I don't know why I sort of like that. I thought it would make sense. They provide almost zero lighting. I don't know why this is so common in this game. There's no lighting out of those at all. If I go to nighttime, hang on. That's our room. I mean, it's actually not that dark, but still, it's definitely not enough light. So we'll revisit that. Let's get a dresser in here. We can do this one. I really like these are cool, but it's a lot. There's a lot going on with it. Like, that's very in your face mid-century. How many times have I said that mid-century in this video, by the way? That the style. This could work if it has the right colors. It does not. Never mind. Never mind. Redact that object. This is kind of the same problem. It's just got a lot. Like, I kind of wish there was one that was all the same color. Like, it was kind of that one, but yeah, let's go back to daytime. It's not helping. It's not helping it being so dark. But yeah, it doesn't really have the right selection. In fact, I'm actually not really seeing a great choice. I would probably rather do this in like a color that I guess doesn't fully match. So maybe that one. It's okay because it's not against the wall with it, so you don't really see it next to it. So I think maybe that is our choice. Then we need our standing mirror. Yeah, I'll just do that. And then actually we picked out, there was a couple of pictures that I quite liked that we didn't end up using in the living room, which I think could work nicely. So I think it was one of these was a good choice. Other one, I think it was in this picture. Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't know if that's really gonna, I think we may have ended up changing this wall to maybe the wood in Sims 2. It does look a bit better, so I might do that. And then I think, well, we need more light. So what are we doing in here? That is not enough light. Let's get a ceiling light. We just need a ceiling light. There you go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's nothing special, but that's basically what that room is supposed to be. Moving on to our den. Do we have a leather armchair that looks the part? I mean, this chair's pretty good. I do wish the sides was leather rather than wood though. This one's also pretty good. Actually, that's probably I'd probably rather this one than that one. It looks a bit more comfortable. There's also this one that we used in the living room. It is very den-like. I think I do prefer this one though. It just kind of seems more correct. All right, then we had a stereo on this side. I think we won't use the same one because we'll get a different one. Maybe just do this one instead, or that one, or we do like something like this. That's kind of boring though. I think maybe this one here. Yeah, I think I'll do this lamp in the corner. And then we had what did we end up putting here? We did like a little table and we did like some sports stuff on it, right? I think we could probably get this little one out. We'll put some stuff on that. Oh, we could actually get a mounted fish, right? It is a debug. I don't know where we'd find it in debug. Oh, here we go. There's a tuna. Does this game have a swordfish? I actually don't even know. I don't remember. The bluefin tuna, mounted lunar fish, mounted Astral Pro jellyfish. Ew. I don't think we have a swordfish, right? I could just look it up, but I'm pretty sure we don't. I think we just do the tuna. Should we make it bigger? Let's just get a giant tuna on the wall. That's so big. All right. Love it. Yeah, then we had a bookcase here. I'll use a different one because we used that one over there. Why don't we use the one I was maybe going to use, which was this one here. I don't really have a wood, but I think maybe we'll go with the green instead. And then we need a nice desk. I feel like this really feels like the vibe. Either that or maybe like this one. I mean, that's pretty good. I think I'll do this one though. I like that. Doesn't really have the same aesthetic exactly, but we're gonna go with the beige computer. We had a wooden chair, so this one, does this have a matching color? Yeah, that's probably close enough. And we had a phone, which obviously doesn't really exist in Sims 4, though we have the decorative ones from some of the events. So we'll get that out. Oh, actually, maybe this one. Wait, what the heck is that? Oh, I was like, I don't have the SpongeBob pack, but it was because it was from the event. It kind of looks like a SpongeBob phone. We'll do this. It's not just an old phone, it's a dang rotary phone. That's so old. And actually, this table actually had a phone on it as well in the Sims 1, so we'll do another one. Okay. Phone there. That's good. I think that's all the stuff that we had in this room in Sims 1. Then of course we added some things. I had like a, almost like a little ideas board kind of above the desk here, but I kind of like the idea of, speaking of ideas, idea of just having like diplomas or something up here. I don't know. Sure, we'll just do that. And then we had some sporting stuff over here, but I'm going to do one of these. Oops, one of these. Or maybe I could put the board here because we did have a bigger bookcase here, but maybe we just change it to like this section here. Yeah, I like that. So above that is that sort of whatever that is. For the, is that Dream Home Decorator? Ooh, sports stuff. Yeah. Sign basketball. Let's go. Oh, fishing. Hang on. We need this because we got the dang tuna over here. There you go. Beautiful. Ooh, I really like this piece too. Can I use this anywhere in here? It kind of seems a bit random on that wall. I'm just trying to, is there anywhere this could be used? Maybe in the bedroom? Oh yeah, we could maybe use it in here. Little shelf above the bed. Is that weird having it above the bed? It's kind of a bit random, but I don't mind it. Sure, why not? Oh yeah, like a signed jersey kind of thing. That's cool. I just found this piece because I thought it was fun to have it above the music, but I might actually get rid of it now because that's so big next to it. It kind of looked a bit much. How about some trophies over here? Yeah, okay. Well, you know, we got all the stuff in there. How about a bottle of nectar? There you go. And some magazines. Beautiful. I think that is a nice little den area. Oh, let's get rid of that light. Hang on. Let's fix the lighting. A couple of wall lights. That provides 0 lighting. I love it. I got one there by the door. I might get rid of that one. Same height as that one. And then we'll just get a regular. Alrighty. Love it. Okay, the kids' room in Sims 2, I ended up changing this wall to be a blue wall. It doesn't have to be blue, but to something other than just white because, yeah, it's very, very bland, I think, otherwise. Oh, yeah, something like that is kind of what it was. It did have a bit more color in those, but if we're just trying to get something that looks similar, at least to what I did in Sims 2. And then I think I changed this wall to be that instead. I'm not sure what I did over here though. Was that also blue? Yeah, I think so. I think I changed it all to the wood and then that's blue. And then we left that one brick. Okay. I think that's kind of where we were coming from. All right, what blue bed options do we have? It's so annoying. Why does this bed have such a nice bedspread, but it's like a cot, like that you take on camping trips? Like, can we not get that on a regular bed? Maybe we'll do that. Do I like that? I mean, I like the color, but I actually don't know if I do like it. Maybe I'll go with this one. It's maybe less fun, I suppose, right? All right, no more blue. Get out of here. I do like that though. That's cool. And actually we could do, does this have a matching to that? It does. That actually might be a little bit too much, but we could just do that one instead. I like those colors. They're nice. All right, it's a good basis, but let's make it a little bit more fun in here, okay, guys? We're gonna get a Bluffy because we had a bear there in Sims 1. Now we can get a real Bluffy. Let's go. I need a toy box. Is there one that's like more colorful, like that? Like the Sims, was it Sims 2? No, Sims. Wait, yeah, Sims 2 had like basically like a rainbow colored one, which I don't know if we really have that, do we? Oh, hang on. It's kind of fun. Yeah, let's do that. Get some more colors in here. Like, I don't want it all to just be blue and brown. That's maybe not the most appropriate poster for a child. Getting swole and working out. We had I think we had like a sports poster or something. I remember I added a height chart in here at some point. I don't know. I think that must have been, was that Sims 2 or Sims 3? We had some sort of height chart, so we'll do that. I don't remember what decorations I put over on this wall, but I definitely had some. Do that little wall light, which does nothing for us. Then we'll get a regular light back in the middle there. Kids decorations. What other stuff do we have in here? Can we get like these little crafty things up there? Yeah, you know, there's been some crafting. We've been doing some crafting. We've been doing some reading. Oh, maybe we should actually do the light, not that one. I do like the backpack actually. I might get a little, you know what? I'll get a little backpack in. I'll treat myself to a little backpack. The light that keeps monsters away instead of that one is probably a good idea, right? This one. Actually, I don't think this one does it? I'm not entirely sure actually, but anyway, we're using this one. Oh, I added like a dollhouse actually, didn't I? I think because Sims 2, we added a dollhouse. Maybe Sims 1 might have had it too. I don't remember fully. Kids activity? No, it'd be, what am I doing? Toys. We just scale it down, pop it there. Bluffy can probably, is that kind of creepy him staying there? Maybe he should be over here. I don't know. It just feels like if you're laying in bed and Bluffy's staring at you, I don't know if I love that. All right. I mean, that's basically the kids' room. I think that was probably it. We may have had curtains or something. I don't think I did a lot of curtains in the other versions because there wasn't really any that we could do, but I think I will in this one. I'll just do that. Oh, can that really not just fit there? I just do these and then just do the curtain rail. But it looks like, you know, you can pull the curtain across if you want, but it's open at the moment. There is privacy though. Okay, so then that completes the main furnishing. We probably want to get rid of some of these lights, maybe do some wall lights down the hall. How high are we placing these? That height. Okay, so we can go there. Wow, these really do nothing. Well, I might do one there. I'll do one there. I'll get rid of that one just so they're on the same wall. And then we'll go to nighttime and then we'll get an actual light. We want one by the door? I guess so, right? It's not like how bright it is. This light, because I don't really want it spilling all into that room. There we go, adjust it a little bit. I like it being moody and dim. Okay, that is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. That's actually come together really, really well. So let's go back to daytime. Why is that flooring not this? Be that one. Thank you. Did I do the ceiling? I did. Okay, good. Oh, speaking of ceiling, did I do ceilings in Sims 3 or anything? I have no idea. Maybe I'll check on that soon. All right, let's go down here. This should be pretty straightforward. Oh, wait, pool tables. Well, we're not gonna have a pool table, but the rest should be pretty straightforward. So let's go study, get some bookcases. Down the end here, we just had, maybe I don't want a ladder. No, I don't like that either. I think probably just this. Wait, isn't this like super expensive? It's like $2,000. We get like a cheap bookcase. Okay, all of these look, why do these all look so nice? Maybe this, here we go. That'll work. All right, bookcase there. Then I had a mini fridge with a microwave on top of it. Pool table was here, which we won't worry about right now. Then we had an old, comfy looking couch. I guess something like this, or maybe this. But that's probably this one. Does it have? Oh no, it doesn't have the right color though, does it? Or we could do this on the basement treasures couch. It's like basically that kind of pattern, but that color. So I'm not sure which one I prefer. Probably not that one. Maybe we'll stick with the color, which is beige. Could we call that a color? I don't know. Oh yeah, then we had like a giant TV down here. That's right. This is where we had our big screen TV. I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to do... Oh, does that not have black? Okay. I was just going to do a simple generic TV unit below it, just in black. It's got like nothing going on for it. That's all it is. I guess we could do like a console or something there, but we didn't have that. So, no, I think I will do a console. Head out, they're always tall. I'm going to have to put it like down here, which is kind of silly because we have a whole table, but whatever. We haven't got a console. It's just on the floor. All right, then we need a nice red rug that looks something like one of these, probably. Maybe like that, kind of that, but not quite. Is there another one? I think this one, if I just go a little smaller. Yeah. And then this light looks pretty much like, I reckon that one. Yeah. All right, well, we don't, bear rug. We don't, dang it, I should have used this because this is, Sims 1 has these. We don't have a pool table, but we do have ping pong, which I think is kind of the same size, like footprint wise. So I think we'll use this. The other option would be like foosball or something, but I think we'll do the ping pong. I think that makes sense for this space. And then we have a chandelier over that kind of matches the one we have over the table. So I'll do the same thing here where I do that one. And then I believe, I don't know what I did in Sims 2, but Sims 1, it was it's just a bar, right? Yeah, because I moved it around a little bit, but it's a very dark little corner in here now. So I guess I'll just shove a bar in there. Do one of these, I guess. It's kind of far in the corner. I guess I actually had it like this. I had the bar and then I had a canning station. So it's kind of like that. So maybe we just set it up like that. I'm gonna do a little calendar here. I don't know why, but there's gonna be one there. Where's I need the sleazy kit. What's it called? The sleaze bag kit. Casanova Cave, here we go. One of those, get one of these. Maybe another one over here. I don't know, just getting random pictures on the wall. Gaming, cool. All right, sleaze bag kit. Activated. All right, that's the room. Then we had a car in here, which I'm just not going to do because not really much point, honestly. I'll just do the door on the inside. This will just be empty. I'll just get one of these in here. That goes around there. That goes back up. Now we got to do the little balcony area. So we had an outdoor table. Actually, did we have that in Sims? Yeah, we did have that in Sims. I think it was just kind of little folding chairs. It got a little bit fancier, I think, in later versions, but it's basically just that. And I actually had nothing else along. Oh, I haven't even put a column down there yet. I should probably do that. I should really get that column going. It was like that sort of beigey color. Look, it's not fancy, but it is what it is, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's probably right. And then I guess at the front of the house, because this did end up being bigger, this whole balcony in the other games, in some of the other versions, just because of the sizing of everything. But we don't have that much room here. So I think we could just do something like this at the front. I was just thinking some sort of outdoor planter. This is a nice little entranceway kind of thing. I'm just trying to see what we've got. Oh, we could do something like, what if we did like this? And then could I do a shoe rack here? I know it's potentially weird, but it's like these where you put your muddy outdoor shoes and it's just at the front of the house. Never mind that. Maybe it's a bit random, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so that's there. I mean, then I think the front of the house is actually kind of done, right? I mean, I might do a little bit more landscaping there, but that's pretty good. Then the back balcony had our barbecue, which originally, because the stairs actually came up and it actually stuck out the side here. They came down there. The barbecue was, I think, here, but we'll shift it over a little bit. And it was like red themed, like that, one of those. And then we had like a little picnic table, a little bit of outdoor dining. There you go. Nothing too fancy. And we had a nice bench here at the end, a nice wrought iron bench, which actually I think, didn't we really struggle with this bench in other games? But I feel like this is basically what we wanted. Oh, and I had like an outdoor plant there. Let's have, or like a potted plant. Like something like that, you know, or maybe this. Do the same color as the one at the front, but just a different plant. Yeah, okay. Then we go to nighttime. I think we should have, yeah, we've got some overhang. So I think I'll just use these indoor lights, but just put them underneath the roof area. That'll provide plenty of lighting. Although I think at the front here, maybe a nice wall light would be good. Well, I say nice, but like one of these. I might use one of these down here as well. Beautiful. Yeah, nice. I like that. All right, I feel like it's come together really well. All right, so around the back, I guess what do we want to do? Sims 2, we had a hot tub. Sims 1, I don't think we did anything. Wait, what happened to it? When did my, oh, I guess when I was smoothing it, because that should be ground height right there. Do I want to do bricks here? Maybe I'll do bricks here. Let's bring that back up, because this little section here should be level with it. There you go. So you can just walk directly off of that, and then maybe we do a hot tub. We do a hot tub out here. I'm just going to draw some flooring so I can get this at the right height. Because it was like here somewhere, right? Yeah, and I did some like hedges around it. We just had like a little hot tub space. I think we'll do the same thing that we did in Sims 2. Then I think I just did this, right? Kind of a weird place to sit in a hot tub though, because you can just see into like the neighbor's yard and just see over there. But whatever, let's not look that way. Let's get some plants out here. Maybe actually if we get a tree like here, so you're sitting in the tub, I'm just trying to think about screening the the neighbors here. What other trees do we have around? It's always good to look at the neighborhood to see what kind of foliage. Oh, they've got a bunch of those. We could do some of those along the fence line. Like these guys. Yeah. I don't know if these are going to be too big though. Like sometimes they just look too tall. Might scale them down potentially, especially because they're so close together. Yeah, we could do something like that. Okay, that's kind of fun. A little bit of screening there for the neighbors. Can have a bit of fun in the hot tub. I mean, we do still have this open to the back alleyway. Which maybe what I'll do is we'll get a fence there. You know, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put a bush right there next to it, just like they did. I mean, that doesn't stop people being able to see quite easily into the house. In fact, I can see straight into that kid's room. Probably not ideal. So why don't we do a similar thing? I don't know if this is gonna be too overkill having this in two spots like that, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. I mean, that does help quite a bit. Obviously, you can still see from here, but I don't want to do the whole fence line. I think that'd be too much. We could do just maybe a larger tree or something over here. Like we'd do an oak tree in this corner. Is that in the way? Like, does that just get in the way or is that okay? It's okay. I mean, you're walking past here, you're still seeing into the house. So look, it is what it is. Okay. You're buying a house on a hill that's next to a public footpath. Well, it's an alleyway, but you know, whatever. I do still quite like I don't know. I kind of like it. It seems, I don't know if it's crazy to say. It does seem like it's real. Like it would be something like this. You would probably do more stuff along the fence. I don't know if I want, do we just go all the way along? You know what? Why don't we see? I keep saying I don't want to do it, but maybe I do want to do it. Maybe that's my problem. That's all I want to do. And then we have an oak tree here that covers that gap so we don't have them all down the side. Is that too much? Or is that just a bit of fun, you know? This house, they have this huge tree line at the back. I mean, they're all over. Like they did it over there, to be fair. They've done it. It actually does fit in with the area, to be fair. It's actually not that out of place. I don't know if maybe the ones on the side, I think that might be, because we've already got a huge section on the back. Maybe get rid of those ones with the oak tree over a bit. Maybe the oak tree is more like here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it there because if you have another house there, there might be some other stuff there. Because then that hot tub can be here, although you can see straight. You know, maybe this. That's kind of cute in the corner. All right. Sure, why not? And then the rest of the garden is just kind of, it's a hill. There's not really much going on, to be fair. But I actually don't mind that. Like, I kind of like it. Like, you could still use this garden. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I kind of like this. I don't know why. It's simple. It's just on the hill. I guess it's kind of like the Sims 2 version where it's just like, there's a hill. We've got a couple things in the garden, but not really. A couple of little lights around. Just a few, not too many though. Oh, we definitely want to light by the back door and like the bin down here. Maybe like there. Probably have one around the side, I reckon, too, like there. Yeah, that's good. And I think I think I will just leave the garden because I think it kind of works. It's not lazy, right? No. You know what you could do, which might actually be kind of cool, is have like a little studio down the back of the garden, or maybe over this side, probably fit better. You build like a little recording studio or something because, you know, we're in the Get Famous land, celebrity land. Could actually be a fun addition. And then it's like at a different vertical height. Like it when you have different levels, it actually feels way more interesting to have different structures at different heights as well. I'll just do a little painting there. And there's a couple of bushes over here as well. Do a couple here in the front. Yeah. Do we want any more of these? Whoa, that's massive. I forgot this was really big. Do I want any more of these just to sort of tie that together as well with the smaller ones? Could do one over here maybe. Although I don't know if it really fits the environment because we're in like Del Sol Valley. Whereas that is definitely more like a, no, I guess it fits in. Like it almost feels like more of a dry environment, I mean, especially with the cacti. All right, let's do a little bit more around here because this kind of feels like it's just a slab of bricks with no, I don't know, it's just kind of there. Let's make it feel a little bit more connected. Might paint some more of this. Well, camera. A little bit more. Well, actually, should it be, I don't know if it should be dirt or it should be rock under here. Maybe at least this section. It's like right underneath the structure. I feel like, yeah, I mean, this would have some sort of growth on it, like something. There's nothing under there right now. I don't know. Not really sure what to put there. Maybe I will just do a column here. I was gonna put one there, but then I ended up not doing that. Maybe it is just messy and it's just like that. There's just nothing under there. I kind of like it because it's kind of like in Del Sol Valley. It's obviously a very nice house, but it kind of feels like there are some that are just more older and run down. Not that this is like run down, but I could see that just being left underneath and not worrying about it. And then this, I think you just need a little bit more to make it feel drier. And I think that maybe that's it. I think that's it. I think that's the same house in every Sims game now in The Sims 4. I mean, I do very much like the look of this. I think maybe potentially the most well, I don't even know, not really. The most accurate version was The Sims 3, but not really because we put it on a cliff and it kind of changed the house. But in terms of, I guess, roofing, I would say The Sims 3 is definitely more accurate, and maybe even colors and textures because we could use Creator Style Tool. But I do think this version looks nice. I mean, The Sims 1 is the worst version just because it was so limited. I think this version is very good. It's probably tied for me with the Sims 2 version because this one I really like all of the platforms and the different heights we can achieve really easily without the constrained floor elevation cheat that we had to use in the previous 2 games. However, because we don't have that cheat, we can't achieve some of the realism of the roof and the walls and all the different heights like we could in those 2 games. Like we can't even have a driveway with a little bit of an angle. I guess we could if we used terrain paint, but you know, using floor tiles, we can't give it that angle. But then in terms of the actual, I guess, build mode and like the items and the windows, I think this one looks really good too. I'm not sure. Let me know. Do you think, like, I'm not sure if I put, like, if we're ranking these builds in each of the games. Sims 1, whilst Sims 1 is awesome, I love Sims 1, it's the worst version of the house just because it's so limited. There's only so much you can do. So that would be at the bottom. Then I'm tied between Sims 2 and Sims 4. Sims 3 is my favorite just because it's kind of nuts. We built it on a cliff. It's so cool. It's so cool. And this one, I do like the look of. I think just the general aesthetic. I do like it also fits in. I feel like it fits in Del Sol Valley really, really well. Like I think just in this neighborhood is great. In fact, on this lot worked out well. I think if I did move it on that one, it probably would have been, the lot's just too big. This lot really should have been 2 different lots. I don't know why it's so big, but whatever. Anyway, let's have a look on the inside again. Give ourselves a little refresher. I don't know. Should we do the ceilings? I think if I was going to do the ceilings, I would do the cork on this house, potentially. Let's see what this looks like. It's either this or just white. All right, going in. Here we go. You know, I do like the cork ceiling, actually. I think that works. Yes. Yeah, let's go. All right. Coming into our living room here. Beautiful velvety green couch. Got our old school TV there. Nice big windows there. Can look over at the neighbors, see what they're up to. What are they doing over there? I don't know. Nice living room. I never did end up changing that wall for our glass bricks, but I think it actually works in the end. We could maybe put a painting on that wall over there because there's nothing there at the moment, but I'm not sure. We didn't really have anything originally. Anyway, so that's our living room, which I really like. And I do still like this corner open plan. I guess not open plan. Well, it is because archways, you know what I mean. I had the double archways in the corner going through to the dining area with that nice green rug. We got our fish tank there, our aquarium, our chess table just there. Nice big pop art on the wall. And actually, I do think that ceiling has finished itself. I think if that was plain white, it wouldn't look as good. Over this way, we got our kitchen. There's no appliances or anything. Do we need to add stuff? I mean, I suppose I could, but it's still a pretty small kitchen, so I think I might just leave it like that. It's very simple, but that's kind of the point. I guess, you know what we could do? Maybe we can not leave you too high and dry. I'm gonna do a little smoke alarm in that. I'm gonna get a burglar alarm. Oh, I don't want to put on the glass bricks. I guess I'll have to, all right, where do you put it? I guess it could go anywhere in this room. It doesn't have to be by the door. I might put it over here. We'll blend it in a little bit. All right, burglar alarm there. Is that the only way? Oh no, the other way ends over here. Oh, I need one in this room. Or downstairs. Whatever, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I might get a couple more. Oh, you know what actually would be good? I was talking about a picture of it. Okay, now we're back to building. Is this one there. I don't know about that wall light there. I might remove that. I'll just move it there and then move this one around the corner. Yeah, because then that's sitting there. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Maybe do a bowl of fruit. There you go. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing decorations we've got in here now. All right, there's the kitchen. Nice big windows all the way along that wall out to the barbecue area, just out on the deck there. And then going down the hallway, whoop, round the corner, going to the bathroom. Oh, I didn't really do much in here in the end, did I? Maybe we should add a few more things in here. It does look kind of bland, to be honest. I was meaning to come back here. You know what? Let's do that. Dang it. Oh my gosh, can we do one of these around the toilet? I feel like houses used to have this, and I don't know. I don't know why. Why would you want carpet around your toilet? But I'm gonna do it because I feel like it fits this era of house. I also do kind of like how bland it is in here. I don't know. It does kind of suit it, but I mean, I'm adding a couple more things. I changed the towels over to that one. I got the little mat. I got those things there. Some bath salt just there. And I think maybe where are the robes, I think. Actually, maybe not robes. Maybe we should have these little towels here for like the kids. I guess there's one kid in this house, but whatever. And then we can do the robes in this bathroom. There's not really anywhere to hang the robes though, to be fair. All right, no robes in this bathroom, but this bathroom doesn't even have towels. Oh, there's also no blind in here. I should probably add one. I hate how far they always stick out from the wall too. Like it's covering half the shower. Like, isn't that just like a small blind I can put up here? What if I do this one, but scale it down? Yeah, little blind. All right, there's a blind. It's just not closed. Okay. Where were we? Ooh, bathroom. Yes. Very well. I don't know if the cork ceiling in the bathroom makes sense, but whatever. Ooh, nice. Ooh, bath mat. Toilet mat. All right. Then let's go. I guess we'll go in the kids' room. Kids' room just in here. Very blue. Oh my God. This room, you know, it does give like Sims 2 vibes when you do, because I mean, this is what we did in Sims 2, but also just like, the colors in Sims 2 were like this. I do like this room. It is a bit of fun, isn't it? Nice garden out there, though. Look at that garden. It's beautiful. And look at that privacy you get with that nice tree screen out there. That's good quality stuff. That's a nice bathroom, bedroom. All right, let's go into the den. Just in here. Ooh, yeah, I like that, actually. I think that looks, that looks like spot on for the den, right? Over there, old desk and phone, our giant tuner on the wall. Like, honestly, when you walk in the room, make sure you don't poke your eye out on the dang tail, because that'll take an eye out for sure. Alrighty, and then we've got finally, well, you know what? Let's look at the ensuite bathroom. I mean, we just kind of saw it, but there you go, ensuite bathroom, beautiful. And then finally, the main bedroom. There's the bed. Nice big windows out the side there. It's pretty simple, but it's nice. I like this room. There you go. And then, of course, last but not least, we got to go downstairs. Well, you can't even go in here, but whatever. You can come in from the back, and then, oh, I didn't do the ceiling down here. Actually, do we need to do the ceiling down here? I think what we could do is the ceiling is like the concrete tile as well, because it's just in the base. It's like an unfinished ceiling. It's just concrete. So it matches what we have outside. Yeah, let's try that. So the garage, you could obviously turn into like whatever room you wanted, like a workshop, do some woodworking or something in here, or a gym or something. I think that'd be a good use of that space. And then we got the rumpus room in here. I do love this room. It's so simple. It's just like the basement room, the extra room. It's got bricks. There's no windows or anything in here. None of this window MacGuffins. It's just a basement room. You got your bar down here. You got your mini fridge. You got your microwave. You may need to remove the microwave. Maybe even the mini fridge, because Sims cooking may come down here instead, which would be super annoying, but whatever. Ping pong table and the giant TV. I do love the giant TV down here. It's so silly. It is really, really silly, but that's where it is. And that is our room downstairs. And then, of course, we had our outside, which I guess more reminiscent of the Sims 2 version that we did. But yeah, that is the house. That is the same house in The Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you so much to my top level members for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. I did do this once a few years ago. So if you want to see the last time I did this, I'll link that playlist down below. Or if you haven't seen the previous videos in this series, that playlist is linked on screen and down below. So do check those out. And if you want to see me do this again, let me know. But there has been many requests to do this in reverse. We started in The Sims 4, then we go backwards and see how much we can recreate from The Sims 4 in previous games. That could be fun to do a full on Sims 4 build as much as we can, and then see how much we can recreate the further back in time we go. So if you want to see that, comment down below, let me know. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.